Hey guys, welcome back, and thank you Trade Coffee for sponsoring this video. It is a beautiful 30-degree day here in North Idaho, and after the single-digit temperatures that we've had for the last 2 weeks, we will take it.
With it being so much warmer and drier and our chicken coop now being complete, it is time for Melissa and I to turn our focus on our garden space.
We are going to be firing up our John Deere tractor and getting our garden space, our garden road, and our orchard space over here as broken up and leveled off as we can.
How you gonna know it if you never try? You spend your life wondering if you passed you by. Living like that'll make you terrified. How you gonna know it if you never try? How you gonna feel it if you won't let go? You're scared to death of being alone. When you're scared like that, you'll grow a heart of stone. How you gonna feel it if you won't let go? Whoa, whoa. You got a dead desire.
We've talked previously about the fact that Melissa and I went ahead and established a little driveway through the center of our garden area. It's going to divide and separate the orchard space from our actual garden space. So with today's plan, we need to get this whole area leveled off so we can get some gravel dumped here tomorrow. Before doing that, we want to make sure that it's completely level so we can get our little underlayment barrier set down that'll prevent weeds in the future and also help us retain as much of that gravel as possible.
Our boys have no shirts.
Guys, what are we doing?
Where are your shirts?
Just because the sun's out. I know Daddy always says sun's out, guns out, but it's still a little early in the year for that, buddy.
We're gonna need you guys to go put your shirts back on.
Go.
I'm out here dressed like I'm ready to go deep sea diving, and my boys are running around with no shirts on.
Hey, these was our boys and not our girls.
Yeah.
Fire. Down to the wire. gonna make it if you go alone? When you think of all the chances you've blown, it takes faith and a friend to carry you home. How you gonna make it if you go alone? How you gonna make it if you go alone? How you gonna make it if you go alone?
Okay, so we got this place as flat and graded out as I possibly could with the tractor. It's still a little frozen in spots, so it's kind of having a hard time, especially up against our railroad ties, but I'm happy with how it turned out. So we'll go through, get things cleaned up using some hand tools, and make sure that we're ready to get our gravel dumped tomorrow. Oh.
Jeremy is getting all the frozen part that is along the side that we couldn't get up with the tractor taken care of with the pick. And then we have called the kids out so that we can get the road fabric laid down. We're going to be doing a gravel road through here, so we need to get some fabric down so we don't have any weeds growing. Eli, is this what you've chosen to wear today?
Yeah.
That's a very practical choice of attire. I feel like we're not going to get any more work done. And so much for helping, huh?
Over here unfurling by myself.
Yeah, your dad's unfurling by himself. And he's making up words. You better come.
Oh my god. Oh.
Good job, Eli. Oh no. Well, Jeremy starts staking down that fabric. We want to introduce the snack belt choice of the day, mostly because they're about to steal it. So today, our snack belt is actually from the UK. We had a sweet subscriber send us over a bunch of UK treats, and we're totally enjoying trying all the different candies. This is one that's a little different that the kids weren't really into. It's perfumed candy. It's basically Smarties that kind of have like a floral flavor to them. I think they're pretty interesting. This is what the kids are waiting for. They're like now and laters, but they're pineapple and raspberry. So we're gonna hand those back. They can divvy those out. Make sure that you feed the dinosaur. And then we got these flaky chocolates. They're like layers of chocolate, and it's the thinnest chocolate. It says it's the thinnest chocolate you can buy. Anyway, they're awesome. We're not sharing those. No. And then salt and vinegar chips, but they're crackers. And I don't know how the folks at Goldfish haven't figured out that salt and vinegar is an amazing flavor. But anyway, in the UK, they got it figured out. So there we go. All right. Thanks for your help.
Yeah. That must be it. It's frozen. That's why it's not going
It's
in.
very efficient. Tink, tink, tink,
Couldn't
tink.
possibly be that ridiculous little hammer that you're working with.
Tink. Call her by her appropriate name.
So efficient. Are you making more coffee at home like us? Now's the perfect time to try the best local roasters from around the country with Trade.
Jeremy, we're out of coffee.
Melissa, it's okay. Our Trade coffee arrived.
Oh, thank God. Running out of coffee is the worst, but with Trade Coffee, you get freshly brewed coffee arriving to your door on your preferred schedule.
Trade uses compostable packaging to ship all of their coffee. With Trade, you can discover new coffees from the nation's best local roasters. Trade matches you to your own personal selection of coffee and ships straight from the roastery at peak freshness. So how does Trade work? You take the quiz, answer questions about how you like your coffee, and Trade curates matches just for you. You choose your frequency and your coffee is roasted and shipped within 24 hours of ordering. You'll then rate your matches so Trade can continue to delight you. Trade guarantees you'll love your first coffee, but if you don't, they'll ship you out a different bag for free.
This morning we are drinking Holdfast from the Stay Golden Coffee Company. Because I like my coffee like I like my man. Big-bodied, sweet, a hint of spice, smooth, bold, rich. Our viewers will get 50% off their first bag when they sign up. Offer valid for the first 100 people who click the link in the description below. Just take the quiz, click the link in the description box below, and enter code SIMPLELIVING50. Free shipping is also included. Now that we're fueled up, we're gonna get to work.
Before our gravel dump arrives, Melissa and I actually need to get the last little sections of our railroad ties set in place. We weren't able to finish off the entire border because we were buttoned up against this the fence and the gate. So we're going to take some measurements, get these last couple trimmed down, and then set them in place.
We got everything in place for the gravel, and all we needed was our delivery. We waited and waited and waited. Unfortunately, the gravel never showed up.
So we contacted our gravel guy, and it turns out that they are not going to be showing up with any gravel here today, unfortunately, despite all the prep work that we managed to squeeze in.
Yeah, when you need the help of people from outside sources, sometimes stuff like this happens, and so we just have to kind of move past it, and we'll get gravel eventually.
That's disappointing, but instead we're going to choose to use our time wisely and be as productive as we possibly can. So what are we working on now?
Yeah, so this morning Jeremy got up and went to Home Depot, which is a 2-hour round trip, to get the wood that we needed for our raised bed gardens. We did want to be able to actually set those by leveling off that side of the garden with the tractor, but we don't want to risk messing up the liner and that nice road before we get the gravel in place. So instead of actually leveling that area off and placing them, we're just going to be building them.
Let's get to work.
All right.
So let's talk about what we're using for these raised bed garden beds. So let's talk about what we're using for these raised bed garden beds. Raised bed garden beds. So let's talk about what we're using to get these raised beds built. I went ahead and picked up some 16-foot long 2x8s this morning. The beds we're going to be building are going to be 16 feet in length by 4 feet in width. They're going to be spaced out 5 feet from each other.
It's a lot of numbers.
It's a lot of numbers, but we have a lot of space. Our garden space is actually 100 feet long by probably 25 feet or so wide. So it'll give us a lot of room to work even once we have all 9 of these beds stuck in there.
Yeah, we're kind of aiming for what, 4 to 5 feet in between each bed so we can get around there with wheelbarrows. So
yeah, you want some space to work. You want to allow your plants to kind of outgrow the beds. So we know this from experience, but for today we want to get the 4-foot sections that we need cut up, and then we will get some holes drilled. We'll start slapping everything together tomorrow.
So we got the 4-foot sections all cut, and now we're going to be carrying in all the 16-foot sections so that we can start pre-drilling holes so we can get these beds assembled.
Somebody's faster.
Time to start drilling.
What are we working on, Mama?
I have the ever important job of removing all the 2000 stickers.
Sticker and staple removal plays a critical role. Don't let us down, Mama. Melissa, you want to tell me what this is? You want to explain yourself?
I don't want to talk about it.
You had one job. Come on. Again, you had one job, one task. Ask you to do one simple thing. You couldn't even do it.
That one was hidden.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Let's start assembling. So we're about to start getting these put together. We just laid the first one out, and it is a massive bed. Melissa and I were just talking about the fact that just one of these, Again, this is 16 feet long by a little over 4 feet wide. It's a big bed. It's going to be a lot of food.
It's a huge bed. It's probably triple the size of the beds that we had in Washington, and we're doing 9 of these.
I think one of these would be equal to the same size of our whole back garden that we had behind our house in Washington State. So this is awesome.
And we grew a lot of food.
Yeah, this is going to be a ton of work and a ton of food.
What are we going to do with all this food?
When you're only counting time till the continents collide, but out your window, going somewhere new, I see it through. And the hand of fate that I drew had me down and out, but I've come to. And yeah, I poured out my soul, what I can undo, but I see it through. I know the skies will open for you, and the stars, they all turn blue. Let the morning sun come to your rescue. I see it through. And out your window, you're going somewhere new. I see it through. When the lies stick close to the truth, and the night is closing on you, and when you're feeling small, oh, you're bulletproof, I see it through. And out your window, you're going somewhere new, I see it through. And I see it through.
All right, guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in here on this video today. We had some setbacks along the way, kind of outside of our control, though. Unfortunately, hopefully next video we will have our gravel down and we can keep working in the garden.
Right. Even if it's not what we thought we wanted to get done, we still got something done, and so that feels good.
It's all about progress.
It is. So we do want to thank Trade Coffee for sponsoring this video, and remember, you can get 50% off your first bag by clicking the link below and putting in code SimpleLiving50.
Get yourself some coffee.
See you guys next time.
See you guys.